Well, that's right. Welcome in, welcome back, folks, to a 2024 is a really big year for Notre Dame, and even in some ways you're probably not thinking of yet, edition of the Always Irish Show. As always, thank you for being here. You can find the program on YouTube. Do it, subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps Johnny out as well. Notifications on, you know why, that way you alerted every time a new episode drops. I know you don't want to miss it. Twitter, search bar Always Irish or at Always Irish Inc. Emails alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only, anywhere you want it, you can get it. If you don't want to see my face, I don't blame you. Call in line 312-988-15. What do? You dial it up, tell Johnny all you've heard and seen. It's that simple, folks. Instagram, Facebook, Always Irish Inc. USA Today, Fighting Irish Wire. I want you to read all about it. Patreon.com/Always Irish. Former captain, leading tackler, by the way, Mike GOOLSBY and myself behind a paywall. What could go wrong? Whoo, baby, a lot. And it's beautiful. Thank you to everybody who's there already. Appreciate it. So, welcome in. I hope you are all doing well. I hope the new year's starting off good for you, and you got a little break from college football stress here till spring ball. Good time to look at some bigger picture stuff. You know, when you look at 24 and what a big year it is for everything involved with the Notre Dame operation, you know, obviously it's like, yeah, 12-teamer, you got to be in it, you know, all of that. You'll say year 3 is a historically big year for Notre Dame coaches. You know, it's time to ride. The roster's been flipping over. Like, there's all those reasons that 24 is a big deal for Notre Dame to get it on track. The year 3 stuff, the staff, everybody feels better about, the roster's trending in the right direction. Freeman more polished. All of that lines up with the inaugural 12-team playoffs. So, Marcus, let's ride. It's time to ride and ramp this baby up another notch. Let's go. So we're all in agreement, I think, in Notre Dame land. Like, that's kind of where we're at. You got to get in that playoff. But here's something else we need to think about and talk about regarding why having a great, not good, a great 24 is key. And the reason why is 2025 is a little iffy. 2025 is a little iffy. Follow me here. 24 is giving you a beautiful, comfortable, in my opinion, blend of veterans and youth on both sides of the ball. You got some older guys almost in every area of the team, and some younger, more athletic, raw dudes, twitchy dudes everywhere else. I love that blend for 24. But what about 25? I realize I'm getting very far ahead of myself, but this is what goes on in my Notre Dame brain. I'm messed up. Follow me. Think about this. Notre Dame wants to be done with the portal QB thing starting in 25. And I think most of the fans are probably ready to move on from that to home grow some dudes we trust that have high upside, have the comfort and stability of knowing you have your guy and they're all growing together and developing and all that. Notre Dame wants to be done with that after Riley Leonard too. If they are, that means you have a young, new quarterback starter likely in 25. That is ultra exciting, but it also comes with risk. The defense is going to lose many contributors, mostly on the front and back end. Where does that leave Notre Dame? There's some exposure risk there in 25 with that roster. Now, I know nobody wants to hear it. It's bugging me there we go. I know nobody wants to hear that. And then it's going to be, John, all you're saying is wait till Freeman gets his recruits in here and this and that, and the roster's getting more athletic. What happened to all that BS, John? All of that's still happening. But it's still going to be hard to win a whole bunch of games when they're all young and inexperienced, even if they're great athletes. That's why I'm looking at 24 as so huge. Notre Dame's got to prove they're a playoff team in this window. I might go as far as say you got to win a game. You got to win a playoff game. Say, for instance, you went 10-2 and you make the playoff and lose your first round game. Then you're 10-3 then? But we're calling it a success just because you were in the playoff, but you lost 3 games and not further down the road in the playoff early? Nah, man. I kind of want to say not only do you have to be in it, but I want you to get in and win one, damn it. My point is, you need as much credibility and momentum heading into 25 as possible. Get full buy-in from the fans and the players and the recruits. I'm not saying 25 is definitely going to be a regression, but it is possible when you look at the backfill and some of the key roles that are going to have new young guys in them. I realize nobody wants to hear that. And it's just, John, you're saying the talent, talent's coming and the roster's getting longer and faster and deeper and more athletic. Yeah, I know that, but inexperience is inexperience. And that will be the first full wave of all those guys, right? Progress isn't always a straight line, or whatever that phrase is, a straight line up, right? The chart where it's here's progress, up, down, but overall the trend's up, right? Up 24, down 25, way up 26, 27 is a very realistic roadmap here. I know I'm getting way ahead of myself. I'm just telling you what that's like. That's totally realistic. Up 24, down 25, and then way up past the previous up 26, 27. That's why I think 24 is so pivotal. In between that rough roster patch of youth in 25, 24 being really good would be in between that. Build you a bridge from the first couple years, and now we need to see some bigger results into year 3, and then building us a bridge if 25's rough. But then you could see there's a lot of eyesight when you have it together to get through 25, to get to the higher highs after that. You following me? That's why I just think it's so key that Notre Dame is a really strong 24 to kind of be the stability post linking, showing those first 2 years did lead to some great results. That'd be 24. Then if you have some of those roster struggles with youth in 25, but they're all better athletes and a better group overall, then you're going to have higher highs. But 24, you got to have some permanent firm marker of that this has the higher end that we all think it has. 24 has to be Notre Dame's time to prove that. It just does. That would be such a good stability point. Make people that are worried about Freeman feel better about that. You make the playoff, win a game or two. Something like that would go a long, long way. Because there are some youth exposure risks on that roster in 25. A lot of them. And I love it. I'm excited about where it's all going. Those classes are capable of much more than what we've had. I'm just saying there's exposure risk there in 25 with that roster. 24 is pivotal. And you know what else with that too? Marcus knows this. Marcus Freeman knows this. He's fully aware of the dynamics and the circumstances and where Notre Dame sits right now versus where we want to be, how you want to get there and all that. He knows that. This staff is, they're going hard on 24. They understand what a big moment in time this is for the program. Marcus wants to prove himself in year 3. The new playoff, you got to be a part of it. It's time for this all to start rounding into form. And if you have a particularly strong 24, it should breed a lot of confidence of what's coming next. If you have a rough 24, then you have all that roster. You got all that roster exposure. You get roster exposure with the youth in 25. If you don't win big in 24, it's just because then you're going on 3 years without big results, and then that would be fourth, but you want to blame the youth. It's people are going to lose it. People are going to lose their patience because then you're pushing into year 4 without like high level. And that's, you want to avoid that. That's why 24 is so key. Get in a playoff and win at least a game. So Marcus knows the way this is all setting up, and he's fully aware. They all know what a big year 24 is for the program overall, for Marcus Freeman's tenure, for the fans, the ones that are reticent yet to buy into Marcus. You have that year 3 boom that Notre Dame coaches tend to have if they're going to do anything. That would help that confidence. And then if you do have some frustrations in 25, you will at least be able to say, looking at 24, we know that we could get where we want to go, when things do like at least that concept would be proven with Marcus, right? And that would make everybody feel better going into that. And so it can't just be like a good 24. It has to be like great. You need to make some moves in that year. And to me, I'm starting to think just you need to make the playoff isn't good enough. I think you maybe need to make one and win it for people. Make the playoff and win one game at least to make people feel a lot better about this. And so when you look at this, it's 24's kind of a peak, and then you see what you can navigate in 25. And then after that, this roster will be chock full of better athletes, more athletic athletes, deeper, longer, faster, all of that. You would also be into the car and Deuce experiences more heavily and see what that looks like. And so 24 is a big year for Marcus, and he knows it, damn it. He knows it, but this is an interesting dynamic. And I'm not, man, I know it's hard enough to worry about 1 year in front of you, the next game in front of you. I understand that, but I can't help but to look at how this all kind of comes together in the tapestry over the next few years to make the big picture. 24 is a year Notre Dame needs to make some big moves and get people's eyes open. So do you agree with me or not? I know there's going to be frustration if 25 is any sort of step back or leveling off. I understand that. You got to understand why that is, though. Because those Kelly guys are bye-bye, and all the younger guys are in. And you got to start that somewhere. 25 is going to be the first full stack of that. Maybe it doesn't matter, and they're good enough that they can play great early. I don't know, but I can't count on that when I know you're going to have a young, inexperienced quarterback, especially, even if he's gifted. So let me know what you guys think of this. But 24 is such a pivotal year. Get in the playoff, win a game.